Welcome, everybody, to Season 2 of Fireside Chats. I'm here with the one and only Director of Instruction at LedgeRock, Andy Miller. For those who may not know me, Membership Director Tyler Henry. We're all excited for a terrific year in 2022, and most certainly excited to kick off Fireside Chats. Just a quick update. If you haven't heard, Andy Miller was recently recognized 2021 PGA National Youth Player Development Award winner.
Thanks, Tyler.
Andy?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of blessed to be able to work here with a lot of great individuals such as yourself and
I appreciate it.
a couple of the gentlemen that you're going to be seeing here in a minute or so. So it's kind of the culmination of a lot of things that a lot of people have done for me over the years, and it's nice to be recognized.
Certainly worthy. I think many people would think it's probably overdue. So congratulations again.
Thank you, Tyler.
That's not the purpose why we're here today, but certainly wanted to include everybody in on that. Without further ado, the main reason that we are here is to provide you all with an update on the coursework that's going to be completed here at LedgeRock over the winter. And the two gentlemen who are primarily in charge of the projects is our golf course superintendent, Alan Fitzgerald, and our assistant superintendent, Cody Frederick. So if we could introduce you gentlemen, please join us.
Alan, Cody.
Welcome, gents.
Excellent choice. That's good.
So to further introduce you, Alan Fitzgerald, you've been with LedgeRock since
May of 2004.
2004.
I was here before anything was here. It was just permanent.
And Cody, you've been with the team since
May of 2009.
Okay, so I'm sitting here with 3 Penn State graduates, and just kind of a quick update. Alan Fitzgerald was a 2021 recipient of the Master Greenskeeper Award issued by BIGA, which is the British International Golf Greenskeeper Association, only the 84th superintendent to receive this recognition. Pretty huge honor there, Alan. What can you say about receiving that award?
It's one of those. There's 2 major certificates or kind of certifications for superintendents. The U.S. one, which I will have very shortly here in the spring. The British one is a little more work oriented, a little more safety, kind of is a little more based on how you've done in your career, and that's why so few people have gotten it. And so it's a pretty huge honor to manage to get that. And it was like a 2-3 year process to get through all the examinations and reviews and everything else. But it was very exciting.
Well, credit to you for all the hard work that it took to receive that. But your right-hand man, who is also occasionally an interpreter for Alan, who ironically has actually developed his own little dialect. Maybe the fact that you two have been hanging around each other so much for the last 10, 12 years or so is part of that. But Cody, so you joined the team again in 2009?
That's correct. I graduated from Penn State in spring of that year, and this is my first job out of college. I was happy to come aboard with Alan. I saw pictures online, and I was like, wow, I'm really interested in working in that place. And I knew somebody that worked for Alan prior and gave a good recommendation on working for Alan.
Here we are 13 years later. The rest is history, as they say. So I guess we'll get into kind of the nitty-gritty here. You want to start us off, Andy?
Absolutely, gentlemen. So, pulling in here the last few weeks, I've noticed some heavy equipment outside the Learning Center and some pretty massive boulders, similar to a Lucas Lagoons project, if any of you guys ever watched that show. See those pools? Big rocks?
What did you work for?
Nothing?
No.
At any rate, tell us what that's about.
Well, there's two projects. The first one starting at the irrigation pond over the last couple of years, and wear and tear and just natural erosion. The edges of the pond started collapsing and falling in, and we've had, become a safety issue if nothing else. 14 of the Gothic down, stepped on the edge of it, collapsed. Obviously, there's potential for leaking, the liner was compromised, the pond was starting to leak, we couldn't fill it up, so there's a lot of other reasons. It's one of those projects that it needs to be done just for maintenance, long-term maintenance of the golf course, so to keep the irrigation pond together, but also the aesthetic value of it being between 14 learning center and this whole area, which is a highly visible area. So after a lot of go-arounds, talking with Reese and other contractors and other people about what the best solution would be, we finally come up with a solution to put the boulder edge around it. And the idea being is the water moves up and down the irrigation cycles, that you will not just have grass and dirt and everything's looked like for the last few years, you'll actually have like a layer of rock and rock face that will move up against. And when the pond is full, you won't see much of it because you get more of a natural, hopefully a natural kind of edge to the pond.
So just real quick with the boulders, where did those come from?
Well, we procured them from a nephew of a member locally. He was building a turkey farm on his property, and during the excavation process, bought a bunch of boulders and was looking to get rid of them, obviously for a price, but it worked out for us. It was quick trucking, and the price was good.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're massive. For those who haven't been to the Learning Center recently, next time you're here, they're pretty impressive. The big pile of boulders. So, timeline. When are we looking for that project to hopefully get completed? I know it's end of January as we sit here today. It's about 25 degrees outside, so there's not a whole lot of work being done on a day like today. But what are we looking at from a timeline standpoint?
So right now, the main shelf to put the boulders on is excavated. So that's the first part, and it's level, it's ready to place the boulders. But before we do that, we got to put the liner in. And that's very weather dependent. It has to be about 50 degrees for a couple days or something.
I think so.
Above 50, was that?
Yeah, 40 degrees from that. But it has to be warm enough to put the liner down, clean it up, do some other work with it. Unfortunately, we just found out yesterday that, like everything else today, it got back ordered. And even though it was ordered back in October, and we were promised it in December, it's still not in yet. So that may also delay it a little bit. So with all this and the other project too, everything seems to be a little moving target these days. That we give ourselves plenty of time, but our target date was still, we weren't planning on starting on January 1st, so it was good that we got started early, with anticipation on some of these delays with acquiring the materials and whatever we need, and for give us room for delays.
Yeah.
But right now, I figure the contractor seems to think once the liner goes in, it should take a day or two for the liner in, and I think he suggested 2-3 weeks maybe. It should have it pretty shaped up and together after that. Once we big boulder, once we have the liner, everything else is here, like the boulders and everything else.
So that's project number one.
Yep.
I guess the benefit to LedgeRock and the membership in whole, no delay or disruption with the golf season. So even if it does get backlogged, won't affect the golfing experience whatsoever. So I hear there's another big project set to take place this winter in through the spring. What could you touch on that one?
The big project is after years of just kind of getting everything in place and getting the work for the board and membership finally got the finances together to start a bunker project wholesale. The plan is this winter to get all the greenside bunkers rebuilt. We had Bryce out from Reese Jones' office actually yesterday, and there's going to be redesign some of them too, and we're going to be tweaking some stuff. It's going to benefit two ways. That, of course, has been around for 15 years. When they built it, they didn't know how it was going to play. They had a good feel, so they're able to adjust some bunkering and tweak some bunkering and move around some bunkering to make it better to be in flight, and also maybe remove some bunkering, which will save on maintenance in the long term. We want less bunkers to rake and less bunkers to maintain. And then with new technology out there at the moment for draining bunkers, it should keep the sand uncontaminated, so we'll keep fresh white sand. Pretty much should be indefinitely, right?
Indefinitely.
Or close to it. I mean, there should be very little ongoing maintenance once these things are rebuilt. And the plan is we're overspending now for the future to ensure that it's not another project we got to do in 7 or 10 years. It's,
Yeah.
it's.
So how many bunkers prior to this approval of redoing almost, well, all of the Greenside bunkers, how many have already been done? And when was that first one completed?
The first bunker was done in 2015. I believe it was the front bunker in 13, right?
Yeah.
And 15 fairway and 12 Greenside, right?
15. That sounds right.
Yeah. 2015, and then
Wow, okay.
we have done, I believe, 12 total since then, with a couple of years, like number 17, we redid that, we did one. There we worked with 10, we did 10. 11 Greenside was done. 12 fairway we did this year when we removed the other bunkers. So we've been chipping at them.
Yeah.
I think there's 60 total, correct?
Yeah, 58, 60.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
So
Say that number again for everybody.
I think it's like 58 or 60 bunkers total.
Wow, okay.
And we have 200,000 square feet of bunkers, which is colossal. The average on a golf course is probably 50, 60,000.
And we have 200,000.
200,000, so it's a huge maintenance, especially with the requirements for bunker maintenance these days. So it's a huge drain on maintenance to try and keep them, especially with wear and tear. So by replacing them, having better sand and reducing the area is going to help. Playability, returning them to play after storms, all that stuff.
Exciting.
Fantastic. Now, just to be clear, when you say bunkering, that's not like bunkering, like Barry Unger.
No, it's not like
traveling around the world playing
bunkering
high-end golf
yes,
courses.
it's not bunkering, no. It's
Okay.
bunkering with a B.
Okay.
Yeah, just so we clear that up.
Yep, no, I got you.
Thank you for that.
Although bunkering is a good thing too.
Yeah, you just mentioned.
No, it's actually bungering, not
Yes,
bunkering.
it's the act of traveling the world, playing great golf courses, meeting famous people like David Faraday, bunkering. Right. Okay, so we'll touch on this real quick, make sure that we have enough time for our lightning round. Just real quick, hole 17 recap.
You want to take
How that all went, how you feel about it, things of that nature.
I haven't played it too much since the work's been done, but from everything we're hearing, the work has gone great. People are enjoying the hole maybe more than ever, without taking too much of the challenge away from the hole, which some people enjoy. As far as the project's concerned, I feel like everything went pretty well. We kind of hit our targets generally for work to be completed. Looks fantastic. Contractor was a big help with getting things done. I think we couldn't be more happy.
I've only heard the same thing from the membership, and I think a credit to you gentlemen for working all through the quarantine period. I know that you guys didn't really get held up. The only holdups may have been from contractors that had delays on their end, but I know
It was
you
more
guys put
just
a lot of hard work into that.
Yeah, it was more just the supply thing again was the biggest
Yeah.
issue we had. I know actually one thing on that kind of total evidence I've seen too is, before the divots were heavily around the 200, 180 to 200 mark was the main landing area for divots, and thanks to Reese and the design, it's now spread pretty much all over the end of the fairway right out to the tip, which was the initial goal to do it. So the divots are, you can tell by play, even though we're busier now, it's a better, people are hitting the ball out to get it out further, which was the initial plan for the project, which was huge too.
Yeah,
And with blowing up the hole too, we got an opportunity to redo the drainage in that area, so it's been a lot drier, even with the heavier rainfalls we've had and stuff. So.
I like what you said about it doesn't take away the challenge for the better player.
Actually, it made it a little bit harder in some ways.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think it was well done.
So you've touched on the previous capital project with the hole 17 renovation, the immediate future with the relining of the pond, and then the renovation of the greenside bunkers. What about if we look forward, more so into 2023, 24, maybe even 5 years from now? What can you see kind of on the horizon as far as any future capital projects at the club?
Short term, 23, 24, I think hopefully 23, if everything pans out, we get the rest of the bunkers finished, completed. I know one of those projects, or part of that project, will be tweaking some course. We've pretty much done from Reese's, maybe, like I said, we're going to tweak some bunker design now, which isn't really a major thing, so we're rebuilding them. But as a whole change, like say 10 or 17, for playability and making the course play better, 13 is the only hole we're going to work on a little bit. There's plans to tweak that a little bit and get that small approach back into play more. So to encourage
This is the left fairway.
the left fairway, yeah. So the idea being right now is it's too much risk right now, and people there's no risk reward. It's just it's all risk and there's no reward. So the plan is to convert that left fairway a little more, make it still tough and maybe good risk, but at the same time make it more. You know, if you do make it and you do take on the risk, that you'll have a little easier to make it more. The idea being too is that we don't want to make it that everyone goes up the left side and the right side forgot about it too, and it's too easy. So there is plans. We have pretty much know what we want to do. Just with the project this year, just the greenside bunkers. The greenside will get done by next year. Hopefully, I think we'll get 13 definitely done in the spring of next year, and hopefully complete the rest of the fairway bunkers. If not, that may run into the 24 just to finish up the last few.
Exciting.
Long term beyond that, I don't really know. I mean, everything's other than that, it's just little stuff around the course. I think
Yet to be determined, we'll say.
There's nothing major on this.
Drainage.
Yeah.
Very drainage.
Okay.
It's more maintenance projects as opposed to actual major course design or major affecting player membership. So.
Thank you for that insight. I think.
Excellent.
Shall we proceed with the more fun portion of the segment?
Yeah, get your cards out.
Fun for who?
Not you.
I didn't think so. Okay.
Like
Maybe.
projects, that is yet to be determined. Okay, so Cody, you're going to chime in first, right? Grandma, you first.
Got it.
Okay. But you're both going to answer.
So this is the rapid fire portion of the segment, everybody.
Coming back.
No, not an option. We're going to have questions where both of you will answer. Cody will go first, Alan second, and
One word?
quick.
One word or?
No,
I can give you.
could be.
But let's
one word.
not too much thought.
Yeah,
Just
Initial, that could be dangerous.
Yes. Okay. Question 1. Rates in or out of bunkers?
In.
Out.
Wow. This is gonna be good.
Easiest green to mow at LedgeRock.
Small back to screen.
No. If it's got
1 through 18.
Sorry. Should have
I'll go 17.
That's not the right answer.
Easiest green. I mean, I'm going to go my favorite green of them all. I'm trying to run through them all right now. I think 4.
You can tell it's been a little while for
I
Alan.
think 4.
Okay, what do we have? What's the right answer? What do we have in the back?
We had 6.
Yeah, 6.
That was our guess.
We were looking for 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Hardest green to mow.
Whoa. So what was the answer to the first one then? In or out?
I threw the card away.
See it?
It's back there somewhere. Hardest green to mow.
18.
6.
Ooh, we were actually looking for 14 on that.
I get it.
Favorite hole at LedgeRock?
8.
I think 15.
Correct answer is 5.
I didn't look for it. It's up there.
See? Huh? Okay, least favorite hole. You knew that was coming. Least favorite hole.
6 for me.
10.
Really? 4. Okay. We're not really sure where these correct answers came from. I guess.
They're mine. They're mine.
Okay. Preferred potato preparation.
Fries.
French fries.
My mother-in-law's mashed potato.
There you go. Okay.
We were looking for loaded tops.
Loaded tops.
You know what? Here's this piece of information. I don't even remember the town it's in. It's where the Zippo factory is.
Zippo.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've
So
been to
whatever
Zippo.
town that, the only reason I remember the town was because the Zippo factory was scientific work. But there was a brewery there and it has the best loaded tots I've ever had in my life.
There you go.
Is that in Pennsylvania somewhere?
East.
I was like 5.
Zippo, is it up in the Northeast?
Yeah, it's either it's right at the border of the Arthur.
We would have also accepted shoestring fries on that one, by the way.
Oh.
Shoestring.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. There's no big to them.
Okay, it's not for me. Next one. Cody, feel free to answer if you want, but these are more geared towards Alan's role. So, Alan, you answer first. Cody, you can chime in if you'd like. Favorite Irish band?
Probably Glenn Hansard and the Frames.
No.
Could you say that again?
Glenn Hansard and the Frames.
No, we would have accepted that one Thin Lizzy or Cranberries.
I was going to
One of those
but yeah, just trust me. Yeah.
Okay, you're next.
Jameson or Yellow Spot?
That's a trick question.
You have to answer the question.
I would say, actually, you know what? I picked Jameson probably.
Wow, okay.
I'd rather green spot over yellow spot. I don't know,
Okay.
it's just a little flatter.
Okay, I'm surprised by that, but thank you.
Next question is me. Liam Neeson's best movie.
Oh, I know what that is too. I can't think of it.
I mean, I can tell you if you.
Yeah, it's not.
We have the answer.
We were looking for the A team. The A team.
You know what? I completely forgot, but I will agree completely. Yes.
There you go.
I love when the time comes together.
There you go.
Flanagan's or Ganley's?
Ganley's.
That was
Wow,
one.
that was really
That was a quick one.
That was quick one either, so no hesitation.
You've been to neither.
No.
We're gonna have to take a road trip this afternoon.
Okay, next one. Cork or Waterford?
Waterford.
Okay, there you go. Why?
Because Cork is like Texas.
Okay.
Because why?
Cork is like Texas.
You realize I just picked two random places in Ireland? Okay.
The
So
Cork,
we're clear.
Cork people, for the rest, Cork people think they're the best people in Ireland.
Yeah, that's where my family had.
So
So
when,
basically,
when I showed Kyle the question, he said, do you think Alan's going to even know where those places are? And
How
I
close
said,
are those to your hometown? And what is your hometown?
it's Castlecomer, which is the north of Kilkenny. South Kilkenny touches Waterford, and then Cork touches Waterford, the other side.
See? I told you you'd know.
Wow, I'm kind of impressed.
Cork is the biggest county, and it's like Texas. They have this sense of that they're better than everybody else, and they want to be bigger and separate from the rest of Ireland, and they think they're great. And we also play them a lot in hurling, which is the national sport, and that's why we dislike them even more, Kilkenny and Cork. So.
You
Well,
think
hopefully
Big
nobody-
Phillies and Cowboys.
You think you're better than me?
Hopefully nobody from court is tuning in.
Yes,
to
it's
this
gonna be
episode.
We're
If
gonna
they
be-
are, sorry.
This will be uploaded on YouTube, so it will be available worldwide.
Yes,
So there is a small chance.
Small chance.
Last
Very
question,
important.
and then we're going to actually flip this. This one's for you, Cody.
Yes.
Best Alan Fitzgerald story.
Hopefully one that nobody's heard
Keep it
before.
clean-ish.
That you're able to share, yeah.
Yeah.
You got a hammer?
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's not the best one.
Alan, we're actually not looking for your input on this one. This is exclusively a Cody question.
That's a good one. I have so many. Probably, I would say it's multiple moments, but ones that both frighten me and looking back on make me laugh is when he used to get pissed, angry. There would be moments when he would chuck his radio.
Okay.
Not at someone, but he would just give it a toss. He would be in pits of rage and take the radio off his hip and send it flying somewhere.
Radio toss.
Have
Since
you
then,
ever
he's
had
calmed
it-
down. He's not as
Hey, and out in the grand scheme of things, if throwing a radio when you're angry is the extent of what you do, I think that's just fine now.
But the irony of that is I can't throw anything else.
yeah. It looks like Dan Marino when he's turned the radio on.
You got a
Any,
third time today?
Pretty impressive, yeah. I like
Third
it.
time today.
any other athletic activity is not. It's not so impressive.
All right, so we're gonna flip the script here, and now you need to give us your favorite Cody story.
Oof.
But you know what that
There's
was?
a lot of
4 grain. But we can't,
Oh.
we can't talk about that one. It might be the greatest story.
Okay, that's gonna be the after hours.
Definitely after.
Okay.
I think the fact that it's just it's an ongoing story, really. It's just about once a week he falls up the stairs to the office.
He falls up the stairs to the office.
That's pretty impressive.
If you've ever been in our maintenance buildings,
Yeah, they're like,
it's
there's no
stairs
that
are-
hard.
the treads are very narrow and very steep.
As awkward as
It's
it
a
comes,
challenge.
I make it up all the time. So I just,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you that.
Huh. Very interesting. Well done, guys.
We tried.
Yeah, this has been a pleasure. I'm happy that we could get together. We'll look forward to getting some updates from you as the winter unfolds, as you're hopefully able to complete some of these projects, weather permitting. But with that being said, can't thank you enough for appearing here on season 2 of Fireside Chats. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
We covered a lot.
Yeah.
I think we did too.